Before they grow into the Arctic's apex predators, polar bear cubs start their lives as tiny, fragile creatures. Blind, deaf, and weighing less than a kilogram, their survival depends entirely on their mother's care and the icy world around them. But the Arctic is no place for weakness. Only the strongest, smartest, and most resilient will make it to adulthood. Less than half of all cubs will survive their first 2 years. This is the story of one cub's journey, from a tiny, helpless newborn to a mighty predator of the North. Welcome to the frozen kingdom of the Arctic, where life hangs by a thread, and every choice is a matter of life and death. In the dead of winter, buried beneath thick layers of snow, a polar bear mother stirs inside her den. For the past 5 months, she has neither eaten nor drank, surviving solely on the fat reserves she built up last summer. But now, something miraculous has happened. 2 tiny cubs, no bigger than squirrels, have been born. Nestled against their mother's warm body, they are completely dependent on her. The den, carved into a snowdrift, acts as a natural incubator, keeping them insulated from the brutal Arctic cold outside. As weeks turn into months, the cubs grow rapidly, feeding on their mother's rich, fatty milk. What started as fragile newborns now weigh nearly 10 kilograms each. But their journey is only beginning. One fateful day, their mother senses it's time. With powerful swipes of her massive paws, she digs through the snow, breaking open the entrance of the den. A blinding white world stretches out before them. For the cubs, this is their first glimpse of the Arctic, a world both breathtaking and unforgiving. The mother knows there is no time to waste. Her fat reserves are running low, and she hasn't eaten in months. She must lead her cubs on a dangerous journey to the sea ice, where she will teach them how to hunt. But the Arctic is full of dangers. One of the biggest threats? The cold itself. Despite their thick fur, the cubs are still vulnerable. They must stay close to their mother, using her massive body as a shield against the relentless wind. As they trek across the tundra, the cubs experience their first snowfall, their first ice-covered lake, their first encounter with another animal, a curious Arctic fox, hoping to scavenge scraps from the mother bear. Every sight, sound, and scent is new. Every step is a lesson in survival. After days of traveling, they finally reach their destination, the frozen sea. The mother bear wastes no time. She scans the ice for seals, her primary source of food. For a cub, watching their mother hunt is like watching a master at work. She approaches a breathing hole in the ice, waiting in absolute silence. Minutes stretch into hours. Then, movement. In a split second, the mother lunges forward, her massive paw crashing through the ice, dragging out a seal in a powerful display of strength and precision. For the cubs, this is their first taste of seal meat, the first step toward their own independence. Over the next months, they will learn the techniques that will one day determine whether they live or die. But the Arctic is changing. And survival is harder than ever. As the seasons shift, so does the ice. The Arctic's frozen kingdom is melting faster than ever before. The sea ice, the foundation of the polar bear's world, is disappearing. For our mother and her cubs, this means greater risks. Finding food becomes more difficult. She must swim longer distances between ice floes, searching for seals. The cubs, still small and inexperienced, struggle to keep up. Each day is a battle against exhaustion, hunger, and the relentless forces of nature. But the mother bear is determined. She will not give up on her cubs. 2 years have passed. The cubs, once tiny and helpless, have grown into young bears, stronger, faster, and more capable. But now, they must face their greatest challenge yet. Their mother is about to leave them. After more than 2 years of guidance, she senses it is time for them to survive on their own. She has another duty, to start the cycle again, to find a mate and bring new life into the Arctic. For the cubs, this moment is both terrifying and inevitable. Suddenly, they are alone. Life as a solitary young bear is the hardest phase of all. Without their mother, they must rely on everything they have learned. Hunting is no longer a demonstration, it is a necessity. One failed hunt could mean starvation. The ice is thinner, the distance is greater, and the dangers more pressing than ever. And there is another threat lurking in the Arctic shadows. Wolves. A young polar bear, still inexperienced, is vulnerable to a pack of Arctic wolves. They are smaller, but they are fast, relentless, and work together to separate the bear from safety. The young bear must make a choice, fight or flee. With a sudden burst of energy, it turns and runs, heading straight for the one refuge where wolves won't follow, the freezing waters. With a powerful leap, it plunges into the icy depths. The wolves stop at the water's edge, knowing they've lost their chance. The young bear has escaped, this time. Through trial and error, through victories and losses, this young polar bear is slowly transforming into a true Arctic predator. It has survived the long winter, endured the dangers of solitude, and mastered the art of hunting. And one day, years from now, this bear will become the next great hunter of the Arctic, continuing the cycle, bringing new cubs into this frozen world, and teaching them the skills they need to survive. This is the story of the Arctic. A story of resilience. A story of survival. A story of life on the edge of the world. Join us on Chiovio TV as we continue to explore the wonders of the wild, where every creature fights for survival, and where nature's greatest dramas unfold before our eyes. This is the untamed world. This is the Arctic.